The Trump administration, almost every week, snatch people right off the streets for political speech. The latest, most chilling example happened yesterday outside Boston, when a PhD student and Fulbright scholar at Tufts University, in this country on a student visa from Turkey, totally legal, obviously, was taken off a residential street in Somerville, Massachusetts at 5:15 p.m. yesterday. Ramesa Ozturk had just left her apartment when she's approached by a guy in a dark hoodie and hat who then grabs her hands. You can see and hear how upset and scared she is, as an officer finally pulls out a badge and appears to identify himself as law enforcement. She is quickly surrounded by half a dozen, I guess, cops, all in street clothes, covering their faces with masks. They take her cell phone. They physically remove her backpack. She is then handcuffed as a bystander films and asks how anyone is supposed to know these people are police.
Is covering your faces. You want to take those masks off? Is this a kidnapping? Yeah, you don't look like it. Why are you hiding your faces? Why are you hiding your faces?
The masked police lead the terrified woman to their unmarked vehicles and drive off. Now, if all that were not chilling enough, an attorney for Ozturk released a statement earlier today saying, in part, "We are unaware of her whereabouts and have not been able to contact her. No charges have been filed against her to date that we are aware of." Last night, a district court judge ordered that the young woman not be moved out of Massachusetts without first providing advance notice. And then late this afternoon, we finally got an idea of where she is. According to the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement detainee locator, she is currently being held in the South Louisiana ICE Processing Center. That's nearly 2,000 miles from where she was snatched off the street just 27 hours ago. Today, the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that investigations found Ozturk engaged in activities in support of Hamas. But again, she's not charged with any crime. The activities she's accused of seem to be that she co-wrote an editorial in the Tufts school newspaper that was published a year ago today, writing, quote, "We affirm the equal dignity and humanity of all people," specifically referencing Palestinians, going on to quote the author James Baldwin and challenging the university president to, quote, "acknowledge the Palestinian genocide and embrace efforts by students to evaluate diverse and sometimes contradictory ideas and opinions."
I'm really starting to feel like our current reality is more like a dystopian nightmare. I don't know if anybody's seen the movie V for Vendetta, but America's starting to feel like that. I told you they were going to just start snatching people off the street. And they're showing up in unmarked cars, fully masked, not identifying themselves. Didn't the government say they didn't want people to wear masks? But it's okay for them to show up there and just snatch people off the street. In the movie V for Vendetta, they call that black bagging people. You would snatch them off the street and you'd never see them again. I suggest everybody watch it because you'll start to see a lot of similarities. The lengths the government will go through in order to control people. I'm not trying to live in a society like that. It just calls back to that movie again. There's this line that they say, remember, the 5th of November. I'm going to remember that day. The 5th of November is when democracy died.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.